Right, folks, welcome back. I'm Stately. This is City Skylines. Welcome, as you've heard so many times before now, to the fair town of Good Intentions. I've cleaned this up just a teeny tiny bit here. I haven't done anything significant because I wouldn't want to do that without you guys around. But we're going to keep on working on our new Squirrel Town Transit Hub. Sorry, Squirrel Grove Transit Hub. And the first step here should be to move the bus lines. So all of our bus lines currently run here, and we are just going to delete them all. We're just going to get rid of all of the bus lines on this side of town, and we'll redo them. So that's this guy. Yes. This guy. Yes. This guy, yes. Not sure about this guy. Where are we here? Oh, this is, okay. So those three lines, that's it. Back to Squirrel Grove. We're going to simply, actually, let's pause the simulation while we do this. Delete this entire thing. And these roads around it. This was never meant to be connected, so we're not going to run a connection there. And let's get some new bus lines going. So, I think we'll do like 4 lines here, 1 per neighborhood. We'll start, let's say here, and this will service this neighborhood here. So I guess we'll put a stop across from the mall. I don't really see the point. That's like walking distance. So we'll have a stop by the school, and we'll have a stop here and here. We haven't really planned for bus lines here, have we? There's like no bus connection. Maybe what we'll do is we'll put down just a little road section here. And possibly in a straight line. There we go. Okay, back to the bus line. No, drag line to add stop. Huh. Okay, maybe not quite like that. And then we'll go all the way around here. We'll stop at the... What is this? Oh, the football field, right. Actually, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll go down this side and stop here. And that's it. That should cover that area pretty well. It doesn't do anything to cover this area. I think we'll make a new line for that. So this will go here and stop at the high school. Add one here and here and here, and again one stop at the high school, and we'll finish the line. Like that. Okay, and now we need a line for this area here. Let's go, well, let's start with a stop here. We'll go down here and over here. People are willing to walk reasonably far to get to a bus stop, so I don't need to cover every single thing here. And another line. All right, now one for the west side. That'll go from there to, we'll go ahead and put a stop there. And here, and here, 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 one over here to line up with the existing one and complete the line. Okay, one more stop for the industrial area. I mean, one more line for the industrial area, obviously. And down here, do we want to run it all the way down here? I don't think we need to. Oh, actually we do. I'd like to have a stop at the ferry terminal. Okay, so there's our bus lines for this area. Let's hope those will do the trick. We'll keep an eye on the number of people here. Let's put down some pedestrian crossings here. I think we need those. And we will use park paths. I've tried downloading some pedestrian crossings that you can just, build from scratch. They never seem to quite work out right. So just a standard pavement path. We'll start at, let's turn the snapping off. Run it over here and in a straight line, and I was going to say up significantly, but that's perhaps a bit too significant. And that's perhaps a bit too insignificant. Actually, you know what? Let's put it closer. Let's put it right over here. So we'll go like that. And we'll go up like that and across to here, and then come down on this side. There we go. There we don't go. That's not quite right. Let's see if we can move it around a bit and fix it. No, I think we're going to have to redo that section. We're going to have to lengthen this too. Let's move this out a little bit. We just don't want these things to be quite so steep, do we? This we're going to have to delete and redo. That's fine, we can do that. Can we... Alright, here, we'll start at the ground, then we'll go up. That's probably better. There. Okay, easy peasy. And then, check this out. Oops, not like that. Let's move this just a little, get everything at a nice straight angle. And then we will... Can we just run... Oh, I still have this selected. Derp, always with the derp. Stately and derp. Two great tastes that taste great together. I was going to run something all the way over to the bus station here, but I don't think that's going to work here. There's just no spare room. So let's put a second crosswalk over here. From, say, here up. Maybe not up quite that much. And all the way over to here. And then we'll come down again. Actually, it's apparently better to do it the other way around. Like that. That's a slightly too steep of a slope, I think. Let's move some corners around here to get this all straightened out. And it needs to be raised some, obviously. Let's go out here. We'll go out to here. And we'll move this in just a little bit. And we'll move this, if I can select it, which is more challenging than you might think. Okay, alright. Unselect everything except nodes and there. Just lengthen this like so. Then we need to take this one and this one, and there's nothing in between. Raise them up over the rail line. Pull this out so that it's less steep. Back to the point selection. Like that. And this one I still can't properly select, so... Also, the buses kind of cross over it. Okay, that's not really what we want, is it? So what we'll do instead is... We'll just have it slope down straight, right? Just go like... From here, no. From here to here. And that's still kind of steep, but it's at least not ridiculous. It's also not completely horizontal. What about... Okay, alright, I have a plan. Is it a brilliant and cunning one, you ask yourself? Well, stay tuned and find out. We're going to go from here in a curve to here. Look at that. It's not too steep, and people can easily walk back and forth between the train station and the bus terminal. And oh, the bus terminal's already very busy here. The green bus, not a problem. The blue bus, not a problem. While we wait here, we need to disallow parking on this street. Or maybe just disallow parking on one side of this street so that it doesn't block the bus lines. Does that make more sense? That makes more sense. So yeah, we clearly already have more demand than supply here. But we'll let it ride for a little while and see how things go. Over here, I've paved this. The road is still there, though. So what I was thinking I might do is put down some planters or something to demarcate, to demarcate the actual location of the path. Trees, rocks. Let's look at our prop collection here. Here, props. No, not props. That's other parks. City Park. Where are my props? Props. Here we go. And this has, if I'm not mistaken, several different types of flower boxes. When I say if I'm not mistaken, what I mean is I'm clearly mistaken. No, planter. It's just that thing. That's not what I'm looking for. Tree. Not really finding... I'm finding a lot of tulips that I didn't quite realize I had. I'm not really finding what I'm looking for. Well, the only other option here is to just hit the... I know it's not under trees. I know it's not under rocks. Billboards, special billboards, industrial parks, maybe under parks. Here's a couple of things. Okay. Something like this, I think. And we'll use lines. So we'll start here and we'll go like this. I wish I could actually see the road. I'm also not getting... I guess I'm too close to the road. Can I get the grid on while I do this, maybe? That'd be nice. Yeah. No, I cannot get the grid on while I'm doing this, maybe. All right, fine. Be that way. See if I care. I don't like the look of this. It's too dense. And I'm actually going to have to use the select tool here to delete all of these because there's just too many of them. And bulldoze that bastard. All right. Next plan. What's the next plan? I know we can reveal the path again. And then we can put some planters down. And then we can turn this off and put the spacing to maybe 8 meters. That's not 8 meters. 12 meters. That's a little better. Maybe 12 is a bit much. We should go back to 8 and actually hit enter this time. Come on. There we go. Enter. Good. There we go. There's nothing there. And there, good. The other side I'm not too worried about because it's pretty straightforward. And now we can go back and re-asphalt all of this, and then our path will still be there. Oops. Asphalted just a little too much. And now we can actually go in and put down just a few tiny little retail stores here. Actually, maybe we should go with like just 1x1s here. And there's actually still room for 1 or 2 here as well, so why not? See what we end up with. I don't know if it's going to be a good look, but I'm willing to give it a try. This is not bad. I kind of like this. I'm not sure how I feel about this little loop here, and I don't even know for sure if we need it. So maybe we'll just get rid of it. There are no level crossings to be had here, unfortunately. I don't think we can just do this. Hold on. All right, let's bulldoze this tiny little section here. We can put that back if we need to. We can turn our snaps back on. Yeah, so there's no level crossings. This is... oh, it's not even level, so it's a completely moot point. This is not going to fly, simply put. But that's okay. We don't really need it to. We don't need those roads to be connected. There's no urgent reason. As a matter of fact, this would be a good place for some parking. How about a parking garage? We'll have kind of a park and ride. Let's see, we've got the medium parking garage and the standard parking garage. This one seems to be the smaller of the two. Where does it want to connect? It wants to connect on the side. All right, so we'll run this road out to about here. And then we'll plop down the parking garage. here. Yeah. That's good. That way people can park their car before they come on in. And Sir Parks-a-Lot will have some more business. Might not get a whole lot of work. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was very little traffic coming out of this. But that's okay. The only other thing I'm wondering is, would it make sense to run a road out of this side? Let's see how that would look. It doesn't snap, for one. So, and that does seem to be okay, right? I have no objections. Let's move it over just a little bit so that it lines up. I don't know if they'll use this, but visually I think it's good. And then we'll fill this in with asphalt for the sake of consistency. And because it's much easier to fill an entire square in with asphalt than it is to fill part of it in. Okay, so what do you guys think? It could use a little more decor. Oh, look at that. We've got some tiny little shops going on here. That's excellent, except the ones that are gas stations, because gas stations on a pedestrian path, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's a useful thing. What do you guys think? All right, let's put some more buildings in here. I don't feel like we need to have this be quite so sparse. So let's put some commerce in here. And we're still getting buildings running across these footpaths. I think maybe they're allowed to use it if it's like destination traffic. And something, okay, boys and girls, can you spot what went wrong here? Our ramp has died on us. It's just like disappeared. Bum, bum, bum. Well, we can put it back. No big. Start right about here and go to right about turn this off. And straight line. There. Okay, we got it. And that's pretty steep, so let's move this out to there. All right, I think we have a nice little public transit hub going here. We've got a bunch of spare parking. Are people actually using that? I just saw somebody drive in there, but I'm not sure if they were actually driving in or if they were turning around. Who knows? All right, so next step, let's start gridding this up a little bit. And what I'd like to start by doing is kind of extending the roads that are already there. That kind of gives a more naturalistic look if we just like run a straight line across here and go to about, I don't know, there. And then we can make it not be a bridge. Thank you very much. Straight slope. We've got the straight slope thing selected. That's good. And this is this too steep? Is that going to be a problem? I don't think so. And again, I don't think a lot of things. Nah, that's just fine. And then we'll take some smaller roads and just continue to stick with the existing grid as well as we can. Yeah, so it kind of wants to bend, and I kind of don't want it to bend, so we'll like this, and then like this, and we'll turn the snapping off, and we'll put this section in manually. Which part of turn the snapping off do you not get? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, we'll move this to where we want it to be by hand. There we go. Excellent. Next step is connect these together. Oh, not quite, huh? Okay, I thought I had these lined up. I apparently did not. No big deal. Do snap on, snap off the snapper. Then we'll go up to here and run this parallel to that, like so. And then we'll run this out to right about maybe here. Straight line out to there. Road through the middle here. Keep everything nice and parallel. Like that. Now here, this is not currently very useful space because of the steepness of the slope here. I'm thinking maybe we'll save this as a park area. What we could do is run standard row lines here and here, and this rough area here we'll turn that into a park. Kids like parks, right? Kids love the delicious flavor of parkland. Like that. Okay, all right. So for starters, let's zone in. Well, for starters, let's make this into a district. We'll go all the way down to the coast. And up here, we'll keep this part of the industrial area, but we'll steal all of this. Speaking of the industrial area, I don't see any more blinking anything, so I'm tempted, ever so tempted, to put in a little bit of infill. For example, here. Okay. Oh, I lost a bunch of students at the School of Mining and Crafting. I'm not quite sure why. Let's take a quick look around and make sure I haven't broken any significant connections. This is still pretty slow, and that bypass that I made... Oh, look, the bypass that I made has actually done the trick. There's no more traffic backing up here. But we are still getting a fair amount of slowdown on the off-ramp here. And it seems to be in part because everybody wants to be on the second lane instead of the outermost lane. But this is not an issue. This is fine. This is moving along just fine. I don't see any issues with the school. Our metro station is doing its job. Let's look underground and make sure I haven't broken any connections. I do have two metro lines that are the exact same color. That's a little infuriating. And it would appear, are we causing some traffic jams here? It would appear that we might need to come up with a new subway station here because y'all can see these log jams. Oh, this is pretty bad too. Yeah, this is pretty bad. That's unfortunate. Nothing we can't fix, but we will have to go in and create a new subway station over there in order to do that. Okay, so this is a park. We've already decided that. Let's put down some commerce here, and we'll also do some offices, I think. Let me look at these districts again. This stuff is not districted. I guess that's okay. Here, let's add this to Coleridge Heights. Now, Coleridge Heights, I want to turn into a high-tech zone. And for residential, shall we just go like full in and put in the self-sufficient buildings and everything? I think we should. And we need to name it something less stupid. Stately Estate. That's the name that I have. Okay. So let's start with some offices over here. And we're obviously going to end up with the standard employment issues. We're going to have too many offices and not enough employees. Put down some light density commercial here and here. And then this area, I'm thinking high density commercial. But I'm going to pause here because I want to put down some kind of plaza or maybe a unique building. Do we have any good office-like unique buildings? I'm sure we do. Something like the transport tower. It's too big. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The transport tower. Excellent. And now we do want a fair amount of residential space here. And I think what we'll do is we'll kind of put the residential space down here. Might not be done extending this outward, so let's go with high density residential from about here to about there. And again on the other side. We'll back that up on some more office space. Put along here. And we'll do the same thing over here. And more high density commercial here. And here. Put a nice plaza in the middle, maybe right. Is this road not straight? It feels like that road isn't like 100% straight. Right there. Let's get some water to these guys because it's not going to be long before they start complaining. It never takes long before they start complaining. Okay, so we got our park planned here. That'll be a city park. We have one building that we kind of want to move. That's the police station. We can just put it over here. And everybody's like, whatever. They moved the police station 6 feet and there's panic in the streets. There's rioting. In the distance, sirens blare. Okay, we'll put some low density commercial here to kind of fill in this area. And here as well. Facilities. What kind of facilities do we want around here? I might actually... Well, there's a metro station right there. There's no need to put another one over here. That would just be ridiculous. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to leave this area empty for further development in the very, very near future. I'm not quite ready to do it yet, but we are going to put something cool down there, kind of a central square kind of feel. And we'll put some of the big office towers down here. Put a big one on the corner, because why not? We'll have some small ones. And I just realized this is bad, obviously. I like these office towers, but having them all right next to each other like this is ridiculous and just looks awful. So what we'll do is we'll intersperse some commerce with this, and we could put down some high-density commerce to break it up. And that should make a lot more sense visually. Kind of leave every other one in and fill the rest in with high-density commercial. And this area at the end here, some kind of park perhaps, or a plaza. What do we got? Plaza with trees. That doesn't look very good there. It looks kind of fish out of watery. I'm not against having it. I just think it shouldn't be there. Maybe we can put it here instead. That makes more sense. I mean, this area would be nice for some kind of plaza too. I'm trying to get good land value here, so I'm going to be spending more money than I probably should on things like this. What do we got? A basketball court's not that exciting. Pokemon battle area? Really, guys? What have I installed? Modern art plaza. It doesn't quite fit. What about this sunken plaza? There we go, that's nice. And the areas around it are zoned, so those should fill in quickly enough. What do we still want to zone here, and what do we want to zone it with? Let's put some high-density housing down on the end here, and we'll leave some space in the middle. So we'll just go 4x4 and 4x4. This area here is kind of problematic, but I'm thinking maybe we'll be brave and put some more industry down here, because our industrial demand has been growing. I'll leave this empty in case we need more warehouses at some point, because this is kind of the warehouse district, I suppose. Okay. Here, we'll put down... Let's have a couple of large office blocks. Like there, and do some 3x3s over here. And we'll fill the rest in this case, with some low density commercial and see how that looks. It might be too contrasty, in which case we can update that to high density commercial. And that should work just fine. The offices are filling in nicely, and this looks much less silly now. Still a good amount of demand for residential, so let's keep putting residential down here. We'll put one down here, and one here, and one in the middle between the two there. And we'll give them a little bit of a park. Let's see what we got. Maybe this would be a good place for like basketball courts or something. What about, no, maybe the default ones. Or this, what do we got here? Football pitch. Yeah, I suppose. Let me look at the zoning here. All right. That was the wrong button. So here would be fine, right? Yeah, right between the two. Perfect. A little local soccer pitch. Nothing wrong with that. And we still got some areas open here. I'll kind of do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Here, low density commercial should be fine, and this should be a good place for a bit more high density. And that's rapidly turning into a bustling downtown area. Easy to reach by public transit, and we'll have some room up front here for some cool stuff. We'll obviously have to tear down a couple of these buildings because they don't really look good right next to each other like that. But we'll have some recreational stuff here. Maybe we'll have a smallish leisure area or some kind of attraction. We'll put down a park here. This area here, I think, isn't in huge demand yet. I've kind of spiked all of the demand, though, except for residential. And obviously, I've put down a lot of high-density residential just now that filled in no time flat. Some of them are going to have to go again. But we'll worry about that next time. I think for today, let's have another quick look around and make sure nothing's on fire. This is starting to get heavy again. I think we've kind of hit our capacity here. I don't know if we have any other options left to fix this other than putting in more exits or something else. I don't know, man. I mean, nobody's getting off here. Everybody and their dog wants to be here. Let's see, is there any kind of problem with this intersection traffic-wise? Because these guys are slowing down and I don't feel like they should. Okay, that's kind of obvious, I guess. That's not really what I was going for. I think here. Okay, you have to go there. You have to go there. You have to go here. That seems better. They're not slowing down there anymore. They are slowing down here. What if we kind of like nudge the traffic here out of the way? Not here. Here, actually. What if we force all of the traffic from this lane to go over here? And we force all of the traffic... Well, we let all of the traffic from this lane go there if it wants to. But we just completely clear out that rightmost lane. And we definitely don't want people parking here. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I don't know who runs this show most of the time. But whoever thought that was a good idea is a bad human being and should be ashamed of himself. And honestly, there's so little traffic coming in here by comparison, we could, in theory, force all of this traffic off into one lane. So you have to go there, and you have to go there. And then from here, we say you have to go there, you have to go there, and then for whatever reason you're here, you have to go there. That actually seems to be working pretty well. Yeah, nothing to complain about there. That seems pretty good. Very nice. All right, we're still not, 100% happy here. We're getting a lot of traffic coming through here, and there's nothing wrong with the design. It's all pretty nicely done, but it can't cope. There's not enough capacity here. And I don't really have any elegant solutions for it. We can take a moment to see where these guys are coming from, and particularly where they're going to. And the majority of them, oh, that's the wrong button, seem to want to go straight here. They want to just get on this road, and this one's going cross town. This one's going into the oil area. This one, oh, he's going all the way down to the industrial zone here. Most of them seem to want to go onto this road. This road, I guess we can upgrade this to a 6-lane road. Let's turn the simulation back on. Might as well, right? It's getting busy enough to justify it. And the bridge was already 6 lanes? No, it's a 4-lane bridge. But the extra capacity might help. The extra capacity might also cause people to start making left turns again, and we've disabled left turns here all the way back at the beginning. We just need to re-disable them. May I please select a thing and do the thing? No left turns for you. No left turns for you. Definitely no left turns for you. Here, do the same thing. We just want to let traffic keep flowing here. The exact same thing here. And here we have stoplights and people can turn left. And then up here, there's no real option. So if you want to turn left off of this road, you can do it here, and you can do it here. And both of those options should work just fine. We have no left turns on the access roads here. There's no left turns here. Obviously, you can turn left there. Okay, all right. Still, just a capacity issue on the ramp here. I don't think I could get away with making the ramp 3 wide. But forcing all of the traffic over here to move over to the left has really helped clear this up. So that's excellent. I think maybe we're going to change the right-of-way on just here. Let those guys get on the intersection. Traffic coming from here, as you can see, there's not a lot of it. There's that one car waiting there. I don't know if they're ever going to be able to go. The biggest concern here is that we can't let the traffic circle itself jam up. If it starts getting backed up beyond the next intersection, we're going to have a problem with this. So the idea of giving this this off-ramp here priority makes sense if it works. I mean, everything makes sense if it works. And so far, by the way, so far it seems to be working. I'm reasonably pleased with our traffic flow right now. Everything seems to be in fairly good shape. Let's give these guys some water. Y'all a bunch of whiny people, but I understand you want water. And we do have employee shortages in the low-density commercial here. That's expected. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Our high-density residential is very high-density here. We're definitely going to want to trim that down a little bit, put in a few more parks, and probably a crossroad, maybe some parking. But that'll wait until next episode. I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you, everybody, very much for tuning in. I appreciate your patronage, and we will see you next time. Here's some cinematic camera for you to watch in the meantime. Peace out, folks.